Okay, I think we are live now. So I'm gonna wait for a couple people just to get on, just to give some people some time. Okay, I'm just gonna start talking about SARC just so we can wait for more people to get on here. So basically, if you are not aware, we are the Sexual Assault Resource Center. My name is Jennifer. I'm one of the education and outreach specialists. Basically, what we do is we provide services to anyone that's been affected by sexual violence. And so we provide services such as free counseling, 24-hour crisis services. So we have a 24-hour hotline that anyone can use at any time. They can call us, ask us questions. Maybe if they're going through a really tough day and they just need somebody to talk to about maybe any history of sexual violence that they have, they can talk to us about that. We have education services. So what I do is I go out into the community and I talk to different schools, organizations about topics on like consent, human trafficking. We even talk about healthy relationships. We talk about sexual violence 101 and many other topics. And if you're interested in that, you can call our hotline and we can get you to the right person for that. For anybody that needs that hotline, it's 979-731-1000. And you can find all of our information on our website, and it's sarcbv.org. But today we are going to talk about self-care, which I think is a fun topic to talk about because basically what self-care is it's us doing things that we really enjoy doing. It's a very simple idea, but sometimes it's overlooked. Sometimes we don't make ourselves a priority because we either are too busy or we just have so much going on. And so what the purpose of it is to take time and prioritize ourselves so we are able to go through life a lot easier. Maybe it'll boost our mood a little bit, maybe lower some anxiety that we have. And today I'm going to be talking about a lot of different examples that we can have for self-care, but not everybody uses self-care the same way. You know, I love to knit. Not everybody loves to knit, and that's okay. The whole point of self-care is to do what you love to do. It shouldn't feel forced. It shouldn't feel like this is something that you don't want to do or that you're dreading that you're doing. It's supposed to be something fun and something that you just do for yourself. I know some people think about self-care and they think, oh, well, it's selfish to do that. If you have a lot of stuff to do, if you have a family, you're taking care of a lot of people, some people might think it's selfish, but I always think of the whole oxygen mask saying, you know, you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you help others. And that is very true for self-care as well. You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of others. So if you have people that you're taking care of in your life, like your family, your kids, you know, your spouse, your friends, you know, you got to make sure you are okay first. So we're going to talk about some. Another thing I would like to say is that self-care isn't a fix-all activity. So if there are mental health conditions that are underlying, maybe self-care might not help those. You know, if you do all these things that you love to do and you make a priority to do that, and you're still feeling really anxious and you maybe still have those feelings of depression, you know, we do advise that you do see maybe a counselor or therapist to talk through that, or talk to a trusted friend or somebody that you feel like you can talk to about it. But okay, we'll get started with some examples. And if you have any examples of self-care that you like to do, please put them in the comments because maybe you like to do them and somebody else will see that and say, hey, that sounds kind of fun. I might try that too. So I'm going to break these self-care activities into 3 different categories. So social, emotional, and physical. So for social, these are the connections that we have with other individuals, our friends, our family. So for our self-care, we want to make sure we are continuing to reach out to them, talk to them, have those conversations, because that will in turn make us feel sometimes better, depending on the person. So reach out to people that you really like and that are positive, that make you feel good. For this, you can call a loved one, call a friend. You can even just take a walk with a friend. I know some of these might seem cheesy, but you can alter them to fit your life and what you are interested in. Another one, you can go on a coffee date, maybe have a friend. I know right now it's kind of difficult with the pandemic going on, but if you just socially distance, wear a mask, you can still have those connections with people. If you have roommates, you can maybe find time to spend time with your roommates, that watch a movie, have a movie night, do those kind of things. If you have a family, it can be very difficult to find time to get your whole family together. And that could be a form of self-care, maybe having a Sunday dinner where you guys all sit down, maybe no phones, everybody sits down and eats dinner together. So even that might not seem like the traditional self-care of people thinking taking a bath and doing all these things, but it is a form because you want to keep those connections with people that make you feel good and uplift you. For family nights, you can do a game night. For some families, that might not be self-care because there could be a lot of fighting. That's okay. If your family is like that, you can do other things, maybe just cook together, go on a trip, do those kind of things. You don't have to do game night. But for some people, that could be self-care too. Moving on to more emotional self-care, so thinking about ourselves and how we really help our emotional well-being. You can you can do something as simple as recognizing the emotions that you're feeling. So if you had a really bad day and you're feeling really sad and you are just acknowledging like, hey, I felt really sad today and I'm not sure why, you can even think about it like, why was I feeling so sad today? Let yourself feel those emotions so then you can kind of move on and get on with your day, because you have to acknowledge those emotions first before you can really move on and try to feel better from there. So something as simple as that can help. Another one is journaling. We probably have always heard that with self-care. I personally think it's a really awesome tool for a lot of people to write down exactly how they're feeling. It can be very personal. You don't have to show anybody. You can hide it. You can do all those things to make sure it just stays with you. But if you just talk about your day, it doesn't have to be structured. If you like to journal and just jot down thoughts that you've had for the day, that could be a self-care for you. If you like to journal and you like to have prompts, you can look up all these different types of prompts and questions that you can write about, but it really is up to what you want and what you like to do. Another one is for your emotional well-being is to find a counselor that you really trust and you like. And so finding a counselor might be like dating, I think, because not all counselors can help the same person. And so you find a therapist or a counselor that you really like and that you can see yourself starting your healing journey with and making your mental health a priority. That can be a form of self-care as well. Creative art, you can paint, draw, you can do creative writing, poems, whatever you feel like you like to do. Again, I like to knit. Not everybody likes to knit, but it's calming to me. It really helps my emotional well-being. And so find whatever helps you and just make it a point to do that a little bit extra throughout your day, or maybe in a week or a couple times a month. When we think about emotional, we can also look at spiritual too. If you are religious, you can pray. If you are into mindfulness and meditation, you can make sure you meditate every night or every morning. Spend time in nature. That could be another really good one. Just appreciating the beauty of nature. Take a walk, take a hike, those kind of things. You can also do yoga. That can be something that's very spiritual for a lot of people as well. Another one is, so next category we have is physical. So these ones, this is not dieting. Yes, it's important to eat a well-balanced, a nutritional meal and everything, but this is more, making sure you're drinking water. You can do breathing exercises. One really good one is just breathing in for 4 seconds, holding it, and then breathing out for 4 seconds. Maybe just if you're feeling really overwhelmed, just try to do that a couple times. Another one is just a stretch. So maybe take 5 minutes each day, do a little stretching activity, and you can do it in the morning, at night, whatever you feel most comfortable with. You can take a bath. I know that one seems like the most typical self-care one, but it can be really calming for people who have very busy lives to just take a bath, sit there. They can even do their own meditation in the bath. You can kind of combine some of these sometimes too. Make sure you're getting enough sleep each night, or you can take a walk or a hike as well. So you can kind of combine again some of these just to make sure that you're getting them all down there. But those are all the ones that I have. I think some of the main ones that I think are the best for me, I know that I do, is journaling and knitting. I love taking walks, being in nature. You just have to find whatever you really like to do and make it a point to do those as often as possible. But I appreciate everybody for being on here. And again, if you, in the future, if you see this video and you have a self-care tip that you like to do, please put it in the comments, because we like to see everybody's different types of self-care. But if you do need to use our services and you would like to get signed up with our free counseling for sexual violence, then please call our hotline at 979-731-1000, and we can get you set up with that. But I appreciate everybody for coming on here, and anybody future sees this, self-care is important, especially right now. But yeah, so email us or call us if you need anything. But thank you, everybody, and have a great rest of your week.